Going on here. Let's see. Let's get the chat up here. See how we're doing here. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. After yesterday, I'm titling this one. Let's see. Titling this one The Perfect Storm. Man, right as we started this stream yesterday, we started to see the pump because, like I explained, the Treasury decided to buy back, to double down what they were doing, buying back the long-term bonds. And we went crazy on this very show. It started right, like I say, right as this show started yesterday. And then with the good news coming out of the summit, it was just a perfect storm. And it just went nuts. Absolutely just went nuts. Now, TradFi not looking as good today. I mean, let's take a quick peek at Bitcoin. This is just crazy stuff here. 71,514, up 9.7% for the day. I mean, 64, we were at 64,525. And I think that had even pumped a little. Remember, we were trying to hold on to 63, 64. And man, I mean, that is just crazy. Got as high as 72, 295 a few hours ago, but I like it. If we can maintain this, this is absolutely nuts. Rarely in your life will you see a percentage jump like that. I mean, a 10% jump. Hey, Mr. Heine, good morning. Just talking about what a crazy day yesterday was. Absolutely. Started on this show with the Treasury, and I'd report on my TikTok show. Hadn't seen a pump or anything. It's just a little 10-minute recap I do. And I had said that the Treasury was rumored to double down on their buybacks, which they did. Just went crazy. You know, you saw a short squeeze. Then you saw the good news coming out of the White House meeting, and now we're just at crazy levels. I mean, seeing a 10, 11% jump on a day in Bitcoin is crazy. I've told you, we only see about 10 to 12, 14 really massive pump days in Bitcoin every year, right? Really one day a month. But yesterday was unprecedented. You're lucky if you get one of those a year or two. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, so what? 8,000 point jump. Incredible, man. Incredible. But yeah, so question is, can we maintain it? We'll break it down. Can we get through the weekend? All that stuff. And maybe 57 was the low, right? Literally might have been the low. We don't know. We don't know. But man, I mean, shorts were just decimated. Billions and billions of dollars in shorts gone. And that's why I say stay away from leverage unless you really know what you're doing. But man, traditional market's not doing so good. Little bad news today is, look at this crude oil, 86.53, up 2.54%. So something not good happening over there. Don't like to see that because that could drag us down. NASDAQ opened down a third, down 0.35. Dow down 0.65. S&P down 0.27. Though I'll tell you, they were looking even worse than this. So I'll take it. I'll take it. And then, of course, strategy stayed about the same, but the STRC, the stretch, which is the dividend, it's up a little. It's up to 95.61. They want to get that to 100. But the real story is, of course, MSTR up 6%. I don't know what it was up yesterday, but it's up another 6% to 110.61. So Michael Saylor, hey, Scott, great show today. Yeah, just saying what a crazy day it is. 24 hours started yesterday. Literally, you didn't talk about it on your show. I didn't even talk about it on my TikTok update. I did say the Treasury was looking at double down their bond buys. That happened. Then you got a short squeeze. Then you had the Trump thing happen. Got another short squeeze, and here we are, almost an 11% day, almost 8,000 point jump on Bitcoin. Yeah, you do not see many days like that. Absolutely unprecedented. So today, I mean, MicroStrategy, like he's damn near in the green right now, and he might be, but close, right? And even more so with Ethereum. So Tom Lee's even happier than Michael Saylor. But man, for all, and we don't know, is this the top? Was 57 the bottom? Maybe, right? Or will they reverse it? Hey, Coachmaster, GM, both Scott and Coachmaster friends from X coming at me on YouTube, and everyone listening live. I was actually expecting maybe people are having not as many live listeners right now. Maybe people are just still have a hangover recovering from the party last night. The Bitcoin bull, Jason ran like a 5-6 hour space yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Wednesday afternoon's the time I try and set aside for my wife, and not totally. I was still working and had to cut out for a couple hours here and there, but I tried to listen to the spaces. But we did do some stuff, did go out to a really nice dinner, and did go hiking. So still got in a little time. But, Wednesdays when we get the Fed reports, Wednesdays when we get job reports, all this stuff. So Wednesday's not, some days I have to cancel in general. But yesterday, just a great day. Great day. So really enjoying that. Now, hold on a second. Let's see. You know what? Let me open another window here. Hold on. Sorry, I have another window I got to keep eye on off the screen here. Let me fire it up. Give me 1 second. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with Iran, but it can't be good. I mean, up oil, I don't like oil being that high. They're going to have to sort that out because this other stuff's great. And basically, it's just showing that they're basically quantitative easing for all intents and purposes, but just the perfect storm. We'll talk about some of the stuff Trump did. So basically traditional market not doing bad, but definitely not as bad as it was looking. So we'll see. But crypto over here is just absolutely crazy. I see what happened. Yeah, let's look at Ethereum, even more crazy, right? Ethereum literally even more crazy than Bitcoin, if you can believe that. Tom Lee's even happier. Tom Lee, look at this. Ethereum 2266 actually broke 2300 today. First time since like May. Added 47 billion to the market cap yesterday. But yeah, it's up 17.4%. I mean, just absolutely crazy. Interesting chart. Look at the two charts. Ethereum actually pumped faster and maintained. Let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin kind of boom, 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 boom. Ethereum went right up. Look at that. Went right up and then stayed stable. Interesting. Massive pop back. Remember XRP couldn't even hold $1. Literally dropped below $1 early in the week. Now it's almost $1.20, up 17.9%. Keep an eye on this. How does your coins that you're watching, investing in, how do they do when it drops? And how do they do in the pumps? How do they do in the dumps? How do they do in the pumps? I mean, holy crap, 18%, 17.9%. Basically couldn't hold $1, and now we're almost $1.20. Solana kicking butt and taking names as well. Sitting right now at 86.61. Got just under $88, and it's up 10.5% for the day. So, and then Gizo, you look at the bubbles here, right? Hyperliquid. Trump in his speech came out and said, we're trying to bring Hyperliquid back into the United States, and it pumped 21%. But look at this. Pepe, 20%. Remember, I told you, why do I like Pepe so much? It trades like a major. Look at these coins. It just rocked. All these coins. Even Trump, 17.6. Pumped up fund 12.8. I mean, area. I mean, just everything absolutely going crazy. So we'll keep an eye on this. Cash Cat, we're talking, it was bleeding down, but look at this. It came roaring back to almost 125 million market cap and up 30, almost 35%. Keep an eye on that. Ansem did good, but not quite that good. Ansem pumped up a little. Of course, it's actually only up 3% for the day, but it was already up. So interesting dynamic there. And of course, the Bitcoin bull, the night before last, we were down around 10 million, dropped actually below 10 million, 9.87. I got my wife in and we were talking about buying the dip. I was up on my hike. I took a little better route so I could talk on the spaces. And yeah, we're up 12.6 million. So up 10.88%. And our buddy Sikas's Bela from his long Jungle Bay, been around for 5 years grinding. They're toying 539, still down 10%, but holding strong. It's only not even a week, it'll be 2 weeks old tomorrow. So not bad. But yeah, Bitcoin bull, I think communities doing stuff. We're working, getting CoinZoom accounts, buying that, just grinding, working on different things. Jason, of course, working behind the community coalescence. So, but let's look at a little bit of the news here. My grid bots absolutely killed it yesterday. Huge day. That whole portfolio did a couple percent yesterday. A lot of those grid bots were stuck at higher levels. So I got like 50, 60% of them are absolutely back in cash. So looking forward to that. So basically, Trump had the White House. Like I say, we had the Treasury announcement, kind of started it, probably a little short squeeze. Then we had the Trump thing, more short squeeze, and we are where we are. But basically, he declared end of the war on crypto, urged Congress to pass the Crypto Clarity Act, came out very strong that they need to get this passed. So I thought that was powerful, right? We got to stay ahead of China. He said, yeah, we may buy. They asked him about buying more for the reserve. He said, yeah, we may buy sizable amounts, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Yeah, CZ coming out and saying we're back. So, you had all the SEC, CFTC chair. You had all the big exchanges and CME Group, Chicago Mercantile Exchange. You had NASDAQ. You had the New York Stock Exchange. Everyone was there, and all these big leaders. You had Brad Garlinghouse and Winklevoss. You had Brian Armstrong, everybody. So just a big day. I mean, I remember my thumbnail yesterday was this is this going to change the direction or a nothing burger? He reiterated his ban on CBDCs. Oh yeah, and somehow he mentioned Hyperliquid, and it just went crazy that we want to bring it here. But basically just reiterated all the positiveness. And like the thumbnail says, created literally the perfect storm. Literally the perfect storm. Mike, CFT chair, said, they're going to get something no matter what. They've got their own stuff they're going to put in place. But he added, Clarity Act remains the best path for regulation. So I haven't checked the poly odds. They were down to like 20% that it's going to pass. But I think it shows that everybody's very committed to pushing that to get it passed. I think that's why, some of the optimism. DEX volume yesterday broke 10 billion, first time since June 5th. I mean, everything just taking off, just crazy. Ethereum, $2,300 this morning, first time since May, adding 47 billion. You tell me Tom Lee's not taking a sigh of relief today, man. And then Paul Ardano, I believe he was there too. I don't know if he was there or not, but he said Bitcoin plus gold equals hedge against doom. Let's see how gold's doing. Initially, it popped on the news of the Treasury buying back the BIM. Now it's down a little bit. Yesterday, I believe, it was up 2 or 3%. So, yeah, I don't like to see crude oil at almost $87. But yeah, gold, he's basically saying, gold and Bitcoin are the way. And you think about it, they own a ton of gold for their reserves. Of course, they got audited the other day by KPMG, first time ever, and they were shown to have almost $7 billion more than their asset, more than the tether they have. A lot of that gold. They also have tether gold, which I think has like 2.3 billion or something. Let's look at that. Maybe the largest like private holder of what is that? Like, let's see. We can find it here. Down here. There it is. Tether Gold, 2.74 billion. So you can buy gold and they physically custody it for you. So definitely talk about RWA. There it is. Hey, Steph. Good morning, brother. Steph is, of course, the official technical analyst, trader, expert for the Heine community. Also helps me out on the GM Bitcoin show. Man, I know you were working, Steph, but I think you still probably had a nice pump. But who would have thought, man? I figured, well, you probably had your take profits and probably well exceeded that. But interesting to hear how your day went, because I know it kind of caught us off. I did my little 10-minute update I do every morning, the news update for TikTok. Grabbed a diet soda, came back to my home office here, and boom, started this show, and things were ripping. Now, that was on the initial. And then I reported that the Treasury was thinking of doubling down on their long bond purchases. My theory is that kicked it off, probably had some short squeeze. You had the White House, and then you had probably more short squeeze, and here we are. But crazy day for traders. I know you were probably working, so maybe you didn't capture all of it, but I'm sure you did well. But wow, you don't see very many days like that in your whole lifetime, honestly. 11% pump in Bitcoin, 20% XRP, and Ethereum. Crazy times, man. Feel like we don't even need to talk. We should just be playing like happy mariachi music or something. X and Elon are looking at paying out creators in stablecoin. I'll tell you, I got my X money. I know it's right now. I've got my X money, and I made it to where my creator fees, my whole $38 every 2 weeks or whatever, which is, was nothing for years. I just put it right in my X money. Now they're looking at bringing crypto, which is a good news for crypto, I think. You got X money. Who did we talk about yesterday? TikTok. TikTok's looking into this as well. So these social media platforms have all these people. Of course, Mr. Beast looking to start a bank. I mean, they have the eyeballs, they have the attention, right? It's attention economy. Yeah, of course, MicroStrategy up 10% in pre-market this morning. Because don't forget, it's kind of a leverage play. There it is. It's up 7.4. And I don't know what it went up yesterday, but 11 point, almost $112. So, yeah. So Michael Saylor's the FUD is over if we can maintain these levels. We still have to get a little bit higher, I believe, to really get out of the bear trend. So we got to see. We might go back down. Let's not get too exuberant that we're going to $1 million tomorrow, right? We got to hold these levels and whatnot, and we'll see what happens. They liquidated all the shorts. Now they want to probably liquidate the longs, so be careful out there. Senator Loomis said we must never go back to choke point 2.0. I couldn't agree more. Let's just kind of wrap this happy day. Now we got to maintain it, and we'll see where it goes. Kind of got to reset our minds. We were worried. We were barely hanging on to that 200-day moving average. XRP couldn't hold on to $1, and now here we are in a whole nother world. So hopefully Steph's back from looking forward to hearing Steph's analysis if he has time today. I don't know if he said today or tomorrow he goes out, does his stuff with his family, but that was yesterday for me. Wednesdays when I try to set aside for my wife, but never fully. Well, not never, but we did get to have a nice dinner, did some other things, and we went hiking. So we squeezed a lot in between the crazy day trades and spaces and everything. But okay, so yeah, crude oil not looking good. NASDAQ still down 0.58, Dow down 0.5, S&P 0.3. Not as bad as it could have been. Not as bad as it could have been. And let's take another look back at Bitcoin. Yeah, looking good. Looking good. Looking good. So I would say, yeah, we'll see if Steph has time to join us. We'll see what his take is. We kind of got to reset everything, reevaluate what's going to take us up, because now we're at 71,000. We may have seen the bottom. Been saying that for a while. We may not have, right? It's crazy, but we saw it go up. It can come down. Keep that in mind. Stay away from the leverage if you don't know what you're doing. And, let's celebrate these days and keep grinding. Keep grinding. I mean, we're not going to have cheap Bitcoin forever. Obviously, if that Clarity Act passes in basically a little over 3 weeks from now, Tuesday the 15th. Now, I saw some Democrats yesterday saying, oh, no, we're going to vote. Some people saying, oh, we're going to vote with it because it's a bipartisan issue. But they hate Trump so bad they don't want to give him any kind of win. But really, this is more, I think I told you, saw Andrew Cuomo talking about it. This is more than, this is talking about becoming one of the leaders or not, right? And if we don't get that passed, no matter what they say and what they do, I mean, they can do good stuff, but it could all change. It could all go back, because legislation is one thing. Policy of the SEC and CFTC, that can change. Look how much Trump changed it from the landscape changed since Gensler. So it can go back. So let's realize they need that. They need to get that passed. I think people are optimistic because Trump was hitting it hard. You can see they're still committed to getting that passed. So anyway, well, thanks for joining me today. We'll continue to celebrate. Let's see if we can hold. I'll be over on the GM Bitcoin Morning Show in about 5 minutes. Join us over there. We'll talk some more, talk some TBB. We'll talk other things. Yeah, just a happy day, man. Congratulations to everyone that's still here. And maybe we go up from here. Maybe we go down. Really doesn't matter. Long term, we go down. We go down, we buy more, or we go up, we continue to buy. It's like we're dollar cost averaging here. We're not trying to time the market. At least I'm not timing in the markets.